I mean, it's not like Alabama lost on like a last-second play or one fluke. I mean, Vanderbilt just owned Alabama. They got owned. So today, though, in this video at least, we'll be going over my reaction to the game. We'll get into some analysis, but my analysis video will be posted later today. But this is really just my reaction and my thoughts, just genuine thoughts about this game and what happened. I mean, I'm still trying to process it because it's currently 12 o'clock when I'm recording this Eastern time. So yeah, we're well over about 10 hours. No, not 10 hours. No, it's been 16 hours. I mean, it's just, I think a lot of people are still trying to process what happened here. It's crazy how Vanderbilt won there, because here's my thoughts here is that like I said, Vanderbilt owned Alabama in that game. They started off scoring on that first drive there. Then they get the pick six off the tip. Then they go up 13-0. I mean, Alabama just couldn't do anything there. I mean, their offense was fine. It was their defense. But even then, those 2 turnovers are what really hurt them too. What does this really mean, though, for the SEC? Because we also had Arkansas lose too, which we'll get into another video. Or not Arkansas, Tennessee lose, which we'll get into another video. I mean, it's like I said, I'm trying to process this still. I had my family actually went to the game, but I was unable to because I had a cross country meet. So I have some pictures there too. But like, they were rooting for Alabama. But like, I'm not an Alabama fan though. I'll tell you that. They are. My brother is. I mean, I feel bad for him because like, his team just got beat by Vandy. I mean, like, out of all the teams you get beat by in the SEC at Vanderbilt. Now, I'm really happy for Vanderbilt, though. I mean, this is a well-deserved win. I mean, they dominated that game. They earned it. And this is really just shows you how the SEC is, no one is safe. You're not safe even when you go to play Vanderbilt. And it feels like a lot of this is to blame on Kalen DeBoer, though. I mean, we'll get more into that in probably another video. But, like, every time they would show a clip of him, he just looked confused. Like, he didn't know what he's doing. If this was Nick Saban, he'd be yelling at his players, trying to tell them to get their crap together and be an aggressive coach. Like, the players don't fear him. Kalen DeBoer, they don't fear him. Is one thing, too, is one of my thoughts here. Now, as for Vanderbilt, I'm a Kentucky fan. I'm a little scared now because we got to play Vanderbilt now next week in football, or this week, whatever you call it. So that's a little concerning, you know. Now, so, like, will Kentucky win that game? We'll get on to another topic there for another time. But for now, though, I mean, so Vanderbilt fans, they took their goalpost. I mean, they walked that goalpost 3 miles down through in the Cumberland River in downtown Nashville. Like, that's crazy. Like, again, this was a really well-deserved win for Vanderbilt. Now, some things to... Vanderbilt had 26 first downs. They had 42 minutes of possession, too. Vanderbilt, like I said, owned Alabama. Alabama only had 17 first downs. What are you doing, though, Alabama? I mean, you're the number 1 team. You are. I'm going to assume they're going to drop, and I have dropped in my rankings, too. You lose. You were supposed to take care of business when you go into Vandy. You're meant to go in there and win by at least 30, but you let Vanderbilt score freaking 40 points on you. 40 points. Let that sink in. You let them score 40 points. And this Alabama team was the number 1 team, too. That's actually the most points they had scored on this whole year. Western Kentucky only put up 0. South Florida put 16. Wisconsin 10. Georgia 34. But they let Vandy put 40 on them. Like, what are you doing, Alabama? It's genuinely frustrating, I would say, I'm not an Alabama fan, but I would say it's very frustrating. Because you got owned. You got owned. That's all I can take from this game here, too. My reaction is, I guess, like I said, I think a lot of people right now from the SEC are like, congrats, Vandy. You done it. And this is their first time ever winning against the number 1 team, too. Like, they earned it. I can't express that enough. But for Alabama, especially your fan base, it's a lot to take in here. Because you don't know what team you have, and it kind of feels like my Kentucky, except you all had your great win first, then you had your loss. Kentucky had our loss against South Carolina, and then we, almost beat Georgia. We're like, okay, who is this team? Then we beat Ole Miss. Right now with Alabama, who is your team? Like, where's the team that played Georgia in the first half of that game? Because after that, they didn't play as well. Like, what is this Alabama team we're watching right now? Because right now, this is not a national contender right now, the one we just saw last night against Vanderbilt. This Vanderbilt team in the SEC right now, chaos is ensuing. No one is safe right now. And Alabama now has to go play South Carolina next week. Which, do they lose? I mean, South Carolina just did get their tails whipped by Ole Miss. So they should be able to handle business, but I mean, South Carolina just got beat too. Both teams got beat. Who has the bigger chip on their shoulder? Probably, I mean, South Carolina. No, Alabama, but it's going to be an interesting one. And today we saw the better team win is what I think right here. Let me know your thoughts down below. And if you do enjoy this kind of content, please make sure to like and subscribe. It would really help out the channel as we're close to reaching 1,000. And I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. And goodbye.